Guys, thank you so much for dropping in the comments telling me I need to proof my stuff before I throw it out there. Let's try this one more time. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about 4 plays that I'm going to be watching for this coming week. They could all be potential money makers or potential money losers, but I think they're all at a really interesting spot. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you those tickers that I'm going to be looking at, and let's see how they do. I'll start it off by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's just for entertainment purposes only, so let's be entertained. All right, so let's start with Rite Aid. This is one, if you follow on Twitter, I mentioned it about $4.05. It is looking pretty good. It still has my attention. I'll tell you why. Right now, I think it's at a pretty important level, which is why I will be watching it this week. If it can break out and hold at this $5.40 range, then I think it's looking okay to the upside. We have levels. I'm not saying be in here for the long term. Do not diamond hand. It's not an investment. It's none of that stuff. It's just money making opportunities where you look at the channels, you play the channels, you see how it's moving through the supports and the resistance. So $5.40, I want to see a break and hold there. If we can do that, $5.78 from there, $6.39 from there, potentially $7.32. Now, I'm not saying it's going to get to any one of those levels. What I would be watching is at $5.40. If it gives up that level, then you're down here around $5.07. At that point, I would be watching very closely, almost considering aborting. It is your buy, your sell button. You do what you want. As of right now, it looks okay on the RSI as far as the 1 hour goes. Looks good on the 4 hour. It is still climbing on the daily, which I like to see. On the 5 minute, it does look like it could be coming down a little, so you could be watching for a better entry than this. Don't get fooled out by pre-market. I mean, sometimes they can run away from you, and if you miss it, you miss it. But really, during market trading hours is whenever I like to really see what the price is doing, where the price is going to actually settle down at. So that is number one, RAD, R-A-D. The second one that I've had for several weeks, this one, Arav, A-R-A-V. I like the way it's moving. I will show you what I'm looking for, how I want to see it moving. As far as the shorts go, the shorts, I think they might be out of RAD. I'm not 100% sure, but as far as Ortex looks, it looks like they may be out of RAD. So that gives you two things, right? You can either move freely now, or they're going to come back in heavy, or Ortex is just wrong. So I don't know 100%, but just watch how the price is moving. That's really all you have to do. Again, RREV, very interesting spot. I think $1.87 is going to be where you want to reclaim next. It is coming down at the moment, so I'm looking at this level here at $1.44 if you want to be patient and wait and see if this is going to work its way down to $1.44. Could be definitely a better entry than right where it's sitting right now. I don't know if it's going to go up or down, so you're watching $1.87 to the upside, you're watching $1.44 to the downside. Watch how it's trending. What's the trend? You know, if it could very well come down, but I do like the strength that it's had over the last several days, and it could continue. We can see the volume really picked up, but the RSIs on the longer time frame are suggesting that it looks like they want to take just a little bit of a breather. So we're going to probably see a little bit of a pullback. Again, I don't know. It just depends on how aggressive everything is coming in. On the 30-minute, it is trying to turn things around slowly. It's still not in my ideal territory. I like to see 50 or above before I jump into anything, so I would be watching the RSI to see if it wants to heat up to give you any inclination that it's going to climb over that 187 level. So keep an eye on that. What's the other one? Beat. I like Beat. I don't know why I like Beat, but Beat is just kind of doing its thing. Pretty strong pullback in Beat, so that's why I'm interested here. Also at a either breakout or breakdown level, in my opinion, sitting around $3.80 would be what I want to see. Right now you're at $3.79. There is a possibility it would want to come back and check this trend line. So that is a possibility that you could see a better entry, a much better entry if you are patient. But if this gets over 380 with some strength and wants to hold, then I'm looking to the upside again, $4.63, and ultimately take out, somewhere in this high region of, it's kind of wide because we got some wicks, but somewhere between 626 and 670 is what I would be ultimately looking for. If we can take out 380 with strength, get above 463 with strength, ultimately up. These are very simple. You not a diamond hand play, not an investment. It's just simply something that we can do to make money. If it goes against you, have a trading plan, have a stop loss in place, set it up, and they can't all be winners. So some of them will win, and some of them you just are like, okay, that's fine. I lost 5%, I lost 10%. I'll get it back on the next trade. Do not hang on to anything. Don't let a trade go against you, especially too far. You have a trading plan. That's all I'm saying with these. So be watching carefully your trend line, draw it up, something along those lines. You got your touches. It's not going to touch on the 30-minute chart because TradingView just does not match them for me. But draw it up on your 30 or your 1 hour, whichever you prefer, and then watch for how it's respecting. To the downside, like I said, $2.78 could be a potential another area for re-entry. But if it falls out of this trend line, then you want to see if it gets sucked back up in there and heading in the right direction, or if it is truly coming down in a downward fashion. So interesting spot. That's why I'm calling out beat. And our final one is Lays, L-A-S-E. Now Lays again. I like kind of how it's been going. The cost to borrow appears to be higher on this one, but I don't think it's really shorted. Again, unless Hortex is wrong, but the cost to borrow is sitting around 200%. So that gives me a little bit of confidence that hopefully shorts are not piling in here, and this could have some actual just nice organic growth. You could draw up a trend line on this one as well. I do not have a trend line drawn. Let's see what we could do. So this is on the 30-minute chart. Looks like we got a touch here. So there could be a little bit of pullback on this one. Watch $3. That's going to be psychological. It's at 305 right now. Let's see if $3 will hold. If $3 holds, then how's it going to move through $3.08 from 308? Take out here at 332. And then up to about 384. Like I always say, don't get greedy. They're just trades. They're not investments. They're just trades. If it gives up this $3 level, then you are immediately going to be watching somewhere in like the 290 range, and too much below there, you're coming all the way back down to 276. Now, if you get in at 276, that's about a 10% loss. See if it wants to hold. If it doesn't hold, abort. How are the RSIs looking as far as the 30-minute goes? In the 1 hour, they're both kind of sitting in bullish territory, but are they going to turn? That's the question. Are they going to turn? Shorter time frames, there's not a whole lot telling me Lays is turning right now. So be on the lookout for just maybe a little bit more retracement, possibly to that $3 or even down to this trend line somewhere in the 285 range, and see what's going on there. There could be better entries. Sometimes these, like I said, just run away from you, but though that is what I would be looking for. So add them to your watch list. I think they're worth putting on there at least, for the next week or two. See how they're going to move, how they're going to respond. But I do like kind of the setups. Be careful on Lays because it could be a big old head and shoulders, and this could give out. I don't know exactly. I just like that the cost to borrow is high, which gives me a little bit of confidence that this might be able to make a slow, steady grind up. I don't think any of them are going to be making you rich tomorrow by any means, but we just want to find ways to be green in a market that's not so green. So Keep an eye on them. Put them on your watch list. Rad, R-A-D, Arav, A-R-A-V, Beat, B-E-A-T, and Lays, L-A-S-E. They have my interest, and maybe they'll have yours as well. Thank you guys so much for coming back and watching another one. Looking forward to the market opening up tomorrow. Let's make some money tomorrow. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Thank you so much for coming back. I'll catch you in the next one. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.